What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome back to another episode here on the KRU5TYKRAFT server. Today is episode 20. Yes, it is. And today we're starting things out in creative mode because we're going to be doing a world tour in today's episode. And last episode we did a bunch of decorating for Halloween. As you can see, we still got a pumpkin up over there, so I'll be taking those down probably next episode. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to show you guys. Between episode 10 and episode 20, we have done so much. I just can't wait to show you guys. So the first thing you might notice is that we are flying around in creative mode, and that's because I've made a duplicate copy of the server to make sure that we can have a good tour for today's episode. So nothing's wrong with the server. We've built everything in survival. Everything you see is all built in survival, but just to give you guys a good showcase, we're going to be flying around in creative today, viewing everything. And the first place we're going to check out is the spawn storage area. This area is the very first place that we created, and this is why I'm starting here. This is where we obviously go ahead and store all of our stuff. Let's go ahead and head on inside here. So if we head on inside, you can see this is where all of our chests are, things like that. We also came back here. We made a couple potion brewers just so we could get some things done. We created a rubbish bin so we could get rid of all the trash. Over here we have ourselves a mob grinder, which if you come on down here, you can come all the way down and you have the spider farms, the skelly farms, zombie farms, all that good stuff, and railways to get to all of them. And if you head out to this door, here's a slime farm right here, which we've actually disabled. I don't know why I didn't disable it, but we probably need to put that back. I think it was just because it was overflowing. The slime was probably overflowing. But nonetheless, yeah, so this is the spawn storage area. This here is the Skelly farm. It's the only farm that we've actually decorated up, so it's looking pretty cool. And I believe Ownage did most of this. And don't hate me down in the comment sections as if it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was Ownage. I'm not really sure exactly who it was, but he built all this storage here for all the bones and all the arrows for the for this mob farm here, and he even linked up another portal, so that's pretty cool. And over here he's got another storage system over here for bones and arrows. This is the actual automatic sorting system for this side, so that way the all the drops go down and they are automatically sorted out. And so yeah, this is pretty cool. It looks really nice, and this is the killing station right here. Also in the spawn storage area, besides just the chests and the rubbish bin, as well as the mob grinders, we also have a way to get to the end. If you guys haven't seen that episode, I highly recommend you check it out. I'll try to remember to put that down in the description. But yeah, this whole railway got put in due to the fact that we went down to the end. I died, and I had no idea how to get back. So I knew the coordinates, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to dig there. So I dug there, and we made this railway there. And Bolin Kush trolled me hardcore on that one, and we had so much fun. It was ridiculous. Laughter and tons of just like pranks and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Make sure to check that out. I'll try to remember to put that down in the description. Coming downstairs below the storage area, we actually have this little basement area where we have our enchantment table. We have a furnace system right here where we can actually go ahead and smelt up some items. Over here we've got a project town hall storage room. This is where Irish Lad was able to keep all of his storage stuff for the town hall, and then just bits of extra storage down here just for overflow. But and then over here we actually have another farming room over here, so we've got a few things. We've got ourselves a sugarcane farm, which is looking pretty cool. I think this was built by Ownage 2 or Osgradis, one of those two guys. I'm pretty sure one of them built it. And then here's all this storage for everything we have in here: melons, pumpkins, sugarcane, wheat, and all that good stuff. So this is all the makeshift stuff that we made at the beginning of the season before we actually made our professional farms. So here's our melon pumpkin farm, which this farm, it does glitch out where the pumpkins ended up not sending the, you know, putting a pulse into the system. And then over here we have ourselves a chicken cooker, which is probably full. Yeah, it's full. So we probably need to do something with this too at some point in time, probably causing lag. And then we have ourselves a small cocoa bean farm over here as well. And this used to be our flower farm, which we actually moved over to the decorations hut. And right next to our spawn storage area is our duping room. This is where we dupe all of our ores and anything else in the game that can be duped with this glitch. So if you guys want to see how this is made, you can actually see how to duplicate items for yourself in your own survival worlds and get tons and tons of stuff. And as you can see, if you come over here, we have tons of diamonds. It doesn't really matter how much we use. We just duplicate them. And we have slime. We have, I believe, gold or redstone. And, you know, we have every ore that there is. And you can even duplicate clay and smelt it into terracotta, so you don't actually have to ruin your mesa biomes and all that good stuff. So we have 6 duplicators here, and this is so that way people on the server can actually get busy and duplicate a lot of items. And just off to the side of these 2 buildings is a building that I don't think many people notice, and that's the potato farm right over here. So let's go ahead and head on over here. This is actually a pretty cool place. And we've removed the potato farm because obviously vodka potatoes. But nonetheless, this used to be our cactus farm and our potato farm, but we relocated those both in different areas. One's in the farming district and one's in the decoration shop. And just behind the spawn storage area, if you come right back over here, is a carrot farm. This is where we basically made makeshift carrots, and then we'd store them all and make golden carrots for the server, so we'd have plenty of good food to eat. And right over here is the nether portal where we could go into the nether. And also right here we had a rail duplicator where we could actually duplicate any type of rail we wanted, but Bolin Kush bought it, and he would leave the thing on all the time and then lag the server out with how many entities were falling on the ground. So I broke it out. So since we're actually kind of outgrowing these builds and we're moving over into the spawn village behind me, where where we have the nether and end build and the guild and all that stuff, this is what's going to be replacing these builds, is the guild and all that good stuff. So the future of these builds, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with it, but we're going to have to figure out something. Let me know in the comment section what you think we should do with these builds. But in the meantime, we actually dug this tunnel, and that was because we got tired of ender pearling over the mountain. And this, on the other side of the mountain, is our villager breeder. This is what breeds up all of our villagers, which we did, I believe, around episode 2 or 3. So it was like right at the beginning of the server, and this is actually looking really epic. So Icy Prime has actually got his subway system all linked up right there, and I believe Onage built a waterfall right here, which looks kind of cool. And then me and Irish Lad got busy and built this building, which actually looks really cool. Let's go ahead and head on up over here. It actually looks really cool from right here. You can kind of see it a little bit more. A lot of detail. Kind of looks similar to the town hall. And if you walk on inside here, let's go ahead and hit that button here. Here's where the villagers breed up, and it looks like we don't have any, but that's okay. I think it's because we've actually got people standing over by the villager trader, where there's already too many villagers for any more to spawn. So this is the villager breeder system that I've invented here. Why don't I hear any carrots breaking? Interesting. Let's see here. We're in creative mode, so let's just see. I bet my farmer villager is gone. My farmer villager's gone. Interesting. I wonder why people keep on killing him. But nonetheless, this is just a tour, so we're just going to keep on going on. This is our railway that takes us all the way to the villager trader, because obviously these guys, when they breed up, they're going to go down here into this system, and there's a big water tunnel that takes them all the way to the breeder, or to the trader. And here's the reason why we don't have any more babies in the villager breeders, because we got too many villagers over here. But this here is the villager trader, which there's tons of redstone making everything work, and it just is super convenient the way this thing works. So everything's done automatically. It's a villager sorting system as well as a villager holding tank, and it's even a villager sorter, which you can sort out which villagers you want. And I'll show you how that works here in just a second. So if we open up this right here, this is our villager sorting system. Basically, I can go ahead and take one villager out at a time and bring them on over here. Let me go ahead and turn my sound down, because these villagers are just a little obnoxious right now. Let's go ahead and turn that all the way down. So what I can do is I can press this button, and it pulls one villager out of this side. When I decide what type of villager this guy is, all we have to do is trade with him, and it says he's a weaponsmith. So what I would do now is we'd come over here to row 2, which here's all of our brown coat apron workers. You just find the weaponsmiths. These are armorers. Here's the butchers. Here's the toolsmiths, and here's the weaponsmiths. So if we had a spot open for a weaponsmith, all we'd have to do is flick this lever right here. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Flick that lever. That will open up the roof above this villager's head, so that way if a villager was to come on down the line, it would fall on in. Now, same thing applies over here. You need to have these switches done here too, so you'd flick this switch on like that, and then you'd also flick this switch on right here, this one right here, the one that's going this way, like that. So basically what happens is once I hit this button, this guy's going to go on up, and he's going to go ahead and get flicked on with this lever too. So if you want to keep them, you go ahead and turn that to the live side instead of the die side, because if they die, they're going to come over here to this lava and suffer a fiery death. But if not, they're going to go up, they're going to get transferred into a water stream, which takes them up over here. They're going to drop on down, and then depending on this lever, they're going to go left or they're going to go right. So if they're going to go left, like over here, they'd continue on down until one of these lights is on, like this one. Then it would drop down again and continue on down here until one of these lights are on, like this one. Then it would fall down into the actual pod that you actually have. This here is the outside of the villager trader, which is absolutely amazing. This was built by Mortis and Irish Lad. Them two are two fantastic builders. These guys really know what's going on when it comes to detail and making things look good. And it's actually just glass and glowstone, and it just makes it look really, really good, along with all this other lacy slabs and things. I don't even know how they get all these designs like this and come up with all that detail, and how they ever make it look good. It boggles my mind. It's worse than redstone to me. Once we finished the villager trader, it made it super easy to get god gear and god tools in order to go ahead and start building huge projects like this right here. Spawn was a huge undertaking. This build here took longer than I believe 2 months to actually build, including all the resource gathering, because we had no farms, we had nothing. Everything you see here was resourced, gathered manually by hand, and so we had to do it the hard way. The only thing that we didn't have was we had all the enchants on our tools and all of our armor. So we had feather falling and efficiency 5 and things like that to help us out, but we didn't have any farms. We had to go get all the wood and stone and everything all manually. So this was a lot of work here, and just the build itself had over 40 hours in the actual time lapse, and I highly recommend you guys check out that video because it was a lot of fun. Super fun. There's always 5 to 6 people building all the time. Server was like full 24/7, constantly building over and over and over again, day after day, and finally, after 3 weeks of time, we finally got it done. Also, too, I just want to give a big shout out to KD Bombs for the actual original design of this thing. He went into MC Edit on PC, built a small portion of it, and copied and pasted it all the way around, and really did a fantastic job at creating a wonderful looking design. However, by the time he was actually done creating this in creative mode, he was so burned out he didn't play for a long time. And yeah, so I basically took the project over and got the whole thing done with the whole crew working 24/7 round the clock. The next big project on our list was the Town Hall. After Spawn was built, it was about time that we had a place for new recruits to come and get affiliated with the server. So the first thing we did was actually make a way to get up to the Town Hall by basically ruining this hill. We basically had to do this all the way around because this was a giant mountain, as you can see. So we basically cut it all out so Spawn could fit in. So we still have tons of terraforming to do. This is not even by any means done. This is not at all done. So we have a lot of work to do over here and over here. But this is the type of work that we do. We come over here and we make it look beautiful after we're done with it. So we got the staircase going on up, which at some point we might change. I don't know. It's awfully straight. I kind of like to wind it up and around, but with Minecraft being blocky, that can be difficult at times. But nonetheless, I think with the Krusty crew, you've got the perfect crew to get that done because we're all really good players here. So, but yeah, this is the Town Hall. This is a really awesome place. You guys saw us decorating this last episode. We've got an interior that doesn't have a darn thing in it. It's just a completely empty room. We just got some of the floor decorations in and some minor walls and things like that. But basically, we got to get this whole thing outfitted for new recruits because the guild over there is another project that we just got finished with. I'll be showing you guys that later. But that is for the recruits that are active on the server. After building the Town Hall, one of the things that we thought would be a good idea was to go ahead and put in some farms. One of the hard things that we had doing was getting levels to put our books and enchantments on our armor and tools. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and create some farms down here. We have wheat, carrots, potatoes, melons, and pumpkins, and even sugar cane. So that way we can take a shulker box of each of these items, go ahead and head on down to the villager trader, and trade with farmers to go ahead and get our levels. That actually made it really easy to go ahead and start putting enchantments and all these things on our armor and tools. So it's kind of like revolutionizing the way that we play the game is the word I was looking for. Speech impediments aside, the next thing that we started doing in the server was getting this village all set up. We actually had a plan in creative, and we had a full-on area and plotted out where we wanted some builds. One of the builds was a nether and end shop, which is this one right here. Nod, who is one of the people who designed this eyeball right here, and also the star on the backside too. As Amy's is one of the creators of this as well, and is actually the creator of this build over here, but that one's not done, and I'll show you that one later. So this build is fully completed, and if you walk on inside, it's absolutely beautiful. So as you can see, we've got the end crystals right there as a little bit of a detail to show that this is the nether and end build. And so if you walk on in, and actually I forgot to turn up my audio here from the villagers before, so let's go ahead and do that here. We'll just turn that up like that. There we go. Alright, so this is the inside of the nether and end build. So you got a vaulted ceiling when you walk in, and you get this twisted staircase that not only comes down this way, but it also wraps around and comes around this way. So this is pretty cool. I like that design. And then you also have this little bit of decoration right there, and then this huge storage area. So we should never, ever, ever run out of storage for anything nether and end related. And while we were building the nether and end shop, Dreams Azuri actually got busy and designed this cute little bakery right here. This is actually really cool. He's even got a little farm off here to the side, and he's got a few decorations over here to show what he's basically selling out of the shop. Now these shops here, they're not actual sales shops. We're not making any money off the diamonds here because we dupe diamonds. We're just literally just opening up shops to help the entire community. You can come and grab whatever you want and need at any time, as long as you put it back whatever you don't need. You know, so this is basically the storage area for everything. And this is the upstairs of it, so it really hasn't been done. It's not really in use yet. We still use the spawn storage area for our food, but this is probably something that we should probably get in the works pretty soon and actually get all of our food put in this location. So after the bakery is built, the next thing was actually this terraforming shop over here. So this is actually going to be a cool terraforming shop that's going to hold things like, you know, grass and you know, all the sand and gravel and things like that. Anything that you can pretty much decorate with as far as landscaping goes, you know, as far as leaves and grass and things like that go. So that's going to be pretty cool. Podzol and mycelium, things like that. So it's all going to be terraforming shop. And since As Amy helped me with this build here, I think opened up a lot of confidence for him. He was not used to building with depth, and he wasn't really used to building at all, really. And not to say that he was a bad builder. It's just that he was just a little just needed a little confidence, I think, in his build style. So once we built this, he kind of saw what it took to build depths. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of depth in this wall alone. So when you walk inside, the actual outside of the wall is like 4 blocks away, you know. So that's how you build with depth. You just got to make your walls extra thick. There's no magic to it. You just got to make them thick. So once he figured that out, he was like, oh, okay, I get it. And then he built this. Look at the depth he's got in his build. He built this by himself overnight, and I was just so impressed to see someone who took inspiration from me and just totally went off on his own. And look at this. I think this build is beautiful. It's absolutely awesome. So big shout out to As Amy to just go off on his own and build something really awesome. So that's going to be the terraforming shop, by the way. That's going to hold all your grass blocks, mycelium, and podzol, and things like that. Over here, we have this huge hole cut out. This is going to be for a potion brewer that we haven't built yet. I don't see the need for a potion brewer quite yet, and that's because we don't have any ingredients to brew potions with. It's just kind of senseless. We don't have all the things that we need, and we have other farms that we need to go ahead and produce the ingredients for this farm. But we do have this area dug out, in which we had a lot of areas dug out. We had the wood farm dug out. We had this area dug out for the library. We had Helm's Deep dug out. We also had Misty Plays' decoration shop dug out, which I'm going to go ahead and show you guys next. So this is the front of Misty's decoration shop, and if you walk on in, it's looking pretty cool. You got Rainbow Road right here, and you got this natural looking ceiling, which is really cool. And right here, as you can see, you got fence posts up in there, which actually lets some of the skylight through. Right here, as you can see skylight up there, which illuminates the ground a lot brighter than any other light source in the game. Daylight, there is nothing better to illuminate your ground with, I can tell you that right now. But nonetheless, we actually build everything you need in here for everything color. We have a concrete maker that pushes concrete powder into water, turns it into concrete blocks, pushes it into a giant cube for you so you can mine it out all at once. It's pretty easy. We also have a flower farm over here, so we can have every color dye that comes out of that. Over here we have ourselves a concrete color converter, where basically you put any color concrete over here and you put white concrete over here, and it basically converts itself. I have a tutorial on this on my channel in a playlist called Redstone in a Box. You guys should check that out, as well as this one too. This is a tutorial that I have on Redstone in a Box. You guys can check this one out too. This here is a carpet duper. You can actually use this for any type of duper. This will dupe rails, carpets, and anything like that. Anything that can be duped. I think it's just pretty much rails and carpet, but nonetheless we use this for carpet in here, and basically you can put any color carpet you want on this thing, hit the switch, and it'll go ahead and fill this chest up with carpet, and that makes it super easy to go ahead and dupe carpet. And over here we have another duplicator right here. This is just for your typical ores like bones for white dye and lapis for blue dye, so that's what we duplicate out of there. We have ourselves a cocoa bean farm, which we actually had to chop off for the wood farm. I think you guys may have seen that in that episode. And we also have a cactus farm, which we probably need to revamp because it's not very efficient. We've had this thing up for like 2 months, and that's all we've got. After 2 months, we don't even have 2 double chest fulls, but that's all right. It's all good. And then over here we have ourselves all the storage for everything colorful, and it's super organized. So here's all the odd bits that are in here. We have terracotta, we have glass panes, wool, carpet, what else? Concrete powder, concrete, and dyes. Like literally everything to do with colors is all in here. So this is actually a really awesome place. Next we have Helm's Deep, the wood farm, and the library. We're going to start over here with Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep was built by Nerdbrick. I actually didn't help him out a whole bunch with this. I don't think anybody did, to be honest with him. But he dug this whole area out. The one thing that we did do is I came over here and we sheared off this mountain wall. We actually got a beacon, and I helped out with the digging on this, and I got this all prepped and ready for his design to come in. And he built this in creative, so I said, hey bud, you remember that build you built in creative? I want that built right here on my world. So that's why I kind of let him kind of run with it and kind of do the project on his own. So this is his build, Helm's Deep. It belongs to Nerdbrick, and this is the Stone Gen build right here, and it's going to be a super smelter as well, which we don't have installed yet. But here's the Stone Gen, and you guys can build one of these for yourself if you guys want to. I have this tutorial on my channel called Redstone in a Box. I'll try to leave the link down in the description so you guys can go ahead and build this for yourselves if you guys want to. It's actually 2 Stone Gens side by side, so it's twice as fast as a normal one. And of course, the library was built by Get Laid. Let's go ahead and check this guy out. This thing is actually really cool, and it serves a huge function. That's the cool thing about this server, is that all the builds here are not useless. There's just like, they're not just a build with nothing inside. Everything, even if it's not redstone, it's still functional. And this is a perfect example of it. This has no redstone in it, but serves probably as one of the most useful buildings in the entire server. This being the library, obviously has storage of all the enchanted books. So the upstairs is just purely aesthetic. It just looks like a library. Looks pretty cool. You got bookshelves everywhere. And if you come on down, you can open up these doors, fall on through the minecart, and now you're in the underground library right here, where you have access to all of your tool books, all of your armor books, all of your universal books like Unbreaking 3 and Mending that go on everything. And then you have some of your book storage like regular old books and bookshelves, books and quills and paper, things like that. So that's where all this gets stored. So we literally have storage for every single enchantment in the game across the hallway from each other right here. Everything for your tools and everything for your armor. So it's very, very easy to get God armor on my server. It takes about 20 minutes to get yourself completely outfitted if you know what you're doing to get God armor. And all you have to do is come over here, grab a the protection book that you need. But see, like that one, Fire Protection 4, there's only a few books left. If you find out that the chest is empty, it is so much easier to go over to the villager trader and fill up one chest rather than getting a whole variety of books, because then you only have to find one villager that sells that book and just go ahead and just keep on trading. Once you're done trading, you can bring all the same types of books over back here to the library, and as you can see, when you load them up, that's just so beautiful. And of course, next up is the wood farm, which is actually looking really cool with the entrance all the way in here. Looking overgrown and rustic. It's really cool. Get Laid actually designed this entire thing. The whole outside right here, this whole facade, looks really cool. But once you walk on in, I pretty much designed the rest, because this is all another Redstone in a Box tutorial that I have on my channel. So you guys should go ahead and check this out. You walk on up here, you flick this lever, and it puts the player right in the chopping chamber. So as long as you have an efficiency 5 axe with mending on it, you can sit here indefinitely and pretty much get as much wood as you want to. This dropper here has bottles of enchanting in it, and every 50 blocks it'll go ahead and give you a splash of bottles of enchanting to make sure that your pickaxe doesn't break or your axe doesn't break. And if you walk on down here, this is where you put in all your shulker boxes right here for whatever type of wood you're going to be doing. So, you know, it depends on what you're doing. And if you come on over here all the way down, over here we actually have the storage area down here, and the storage area right here was for all the wood. So obviously the wood we're gonna have tons of, and so that's why I have shulker box loading stations for this. So as we're farming the wood, they go into the shulker box, and as the shulker box fills up, it goes down into the chest, which that wasn't actually a good example of that. This one's actually a better example of it going into the chest, because we actually got a bunch right there. And then as we craft stuff up, we go ahead and bring it on down here. So as we craft stuff up, here's your fences, here's your fence gates, here's your trap doors, your slabs, your stairs, everything that actually isn't like doesn't have acacia oak or dark oak variances. It's just all the same, like signs and ladders. Well, I know the new snapshot came out that they're going to be changing that, but nonetheless, it hasn't happened on PlayStation 4 yet. So still, we still have signs that look all regular, just like this. And over here, you have your planks, you have your strip logs, you have your leaves, your buttons, your pressure plates, and your saplings. So you have literally everything to do with wood. And of course, this place has the actual tree farm itself. So right here, this is shulker boxes filled with bone meal. If you look in this chest right here, here's a bunch of shulker boxes filled with bone meal, and I'll show you guys the behind area here shortly. Over here is where all the empty shulker boxes come, and that way you can just fill them back up with bone meal and transfer them back over to this side. So here's the on-off switch for the farm. You have acacia mode and oak mode. Both of these are on that tutorial to show you how to build it. And right here is where you plant your saplings. You stand right here, plant your saplings, hold down your L2 button, and let the pistons do the rest. New saplings get brought to you right here by this dropper, so every single time you plant a tree, one more sapling is brought out to your inventory so that you can continue planting trees. I'll show you guys the redstone behind here, because this is actually pretty impressive for those of you guys that haven't seen it before. It's actually one of the biggest farms I've ever created, and probably the hardest redstone contraption on my channel. But nonetheless, don't let that discourage you from building it if you guys want one. I guarantee you the hard work is definitely worth it. Which I can actually show you guys. This here made that wood farm totally worth it, because there's so much wood in here. I was actually able to go ahead and run the wood farm and go gather other materials while we were gathering wood. And so most of this wood came while I was actually gathering other materials. So that's super cool, and the fact that we could actually get more materials quicker. And also too, this was built by so many people. This was built by Turtle Man, who most of you guys know from the very beginning of my YouTube channel. Turtle Man was actually one of the first people, one of my first friends on the server. He built this tree here on the server, but his life is kind of up in the air right now, and he's been super busy with work, and he's got a girlfriend, he's moved out and all that. So yeah, he's got a lot of priorities, but he came on and he just wanted to see the server and how everything's doing. So he built this tree because he's super good at building trees like that. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun knowing that Turtle Man was able to come back. It was good to see my old friend again. So, but yeah, this is the build, and like I said, it has tons of wood in it. That wood farm made it super easy. But this is the outside right here, and I'll show you guys some of the peaks here. If you guys didn't watch this episode, I highly recommend it. This is one of my favorite videos of all time. This build here was just super epic, and it's just look at it. I mean, just everything about it is just super daunting, super epic. It has that epic feel to it. Looks like we're missing a stair there, but that's alright because we're in creative mode. I'm going to be dumping this save anyway. So we're going to go ahead and check out the inside, because look at this place. The outside is absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. And since this is a world tour, I figured I'd give you guys the grand tour. So before we go inside, we'll start down here, right where the entrance starts. This is down here by the bakery and the Nether End shop, down here in the village area. So if we start up here, and you can walk on up, and you got this beaten staircase that Turtle Man actually built, and we kind of added on to it from this point forward. From this here, we kind of tried to take the same theme, carry it on up, just this beaten path that works to get you all the way up. And Turtle Man built this tree, in which you come out underneath the tree, which is actually really cool, onto this bridge. Mumbo actually designed this bridge, and it actually came out really nice. It just looks like you're about to fall through. It doesn't look too safe. It looks really rickety, and but it's not. It's obviously really safe. So you can walk all the way up here and get all the way up every single time without ever falling through. And I just love that bridge. I love looking at it because it fools your eyes. But this is the entrance right here. This is the entrance to the guild. So once you walk inside, here's the mob door that keeps mobs out, like phantoms. Really, that's the only thing we need to keep out of here is phantoms, because everything else is lit up around here. No other mobs spawn. But this is the lobby. So when you walk in, you have a nice couch to sit on if you guys want to watch TV right here. And you guys also have a little dinner table right here, or breakfast table, or whatever you guys want to call it, someplace to kick it and relax. Here's the elevator system right here. And then over here is the moderator room. So first floor is for moderators only. Mod rooms first floor. And if you come on over here, you can see that we've got a bit of decoration in for Halloween, which is looking pretty cool. And here's the moderator corridor right here. So we have Dr. Anchored in here. This is his room. And we have all the rooms numbered just like a hotel. So where's that? Room 101. So this is the first floor, room 1. So that's room 101. Then room 102, same thing. And who's that? That's British Lad. We have British Lad. We have Brick's Studio. We have Lade's Pad, and I love this place. The whole red and black, it makes it look important. Over here is Misty Plays. Right here is Irish Lad. Looks like some of the doors have been removed. I have no idea why that is. The floor has been removed and everything? What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. I think Irish Lad actually might be getting ready to decorate his room is what that's all about. So Broken Bones, that's me. And over here we have Rogue Volpe. So the idea behind this whole build here, doing that, and there's KRU5TYKRAFT right there. I keep him right there. That's Krusty. And the idea behind here is that we have an area to go ahead and sleep and house all of our project materials, since the moderators on the server are actually the ones leading most of the projects here on the server. So with that, they can actually be able to, house all the items outside of the village. So obviously, if you had Nether and End stuff and wood farm stuff, you could bring it here to your room, and then we can keep a tally of every project material that you have, so that you can make sure that when you're ready to begin, you have everything you need. So let's go ahead and take a trip upstairs. Let's go up to the second floor. This is the player's room, where any other average player on the server kind of comes, but no offense to anybody that's been with me for a while, such as Creepin' Stoner. She's been around quite a long time, but as you can see, room 200, room 201, this is the second floor, so that's how that works. And then Decay's room. This is not a room yet. RAP Oogie Boogie. We have some haunted rooms in here for Halloween, which looks pretty cool. It looks like something's not quite right in that room. And we have some cobwebs in here, so it's looking pretty cool. Here's Cater's room. So he's a pretty helpful player on the server. Dark Oblivion, another really helpful player on the server. Another haunted room right there. Looking pretty cool. Here's Subsonic's room, another really important player on the server. Actually got done doing a lot of the decorations here on this build right here. Big shout out to Subsonic, says he's actually a really good builder. Big shout out to you there, buddy. And then 2 more haunted rooms. Let's see here. Who else is here? Destroyer? That's cool. So this is who we've got on the server so far. And we have J-Card. We also have Kermit. We also have Ori M. Lumpus, and we have Miss Amby. Miss Amby's such a sweetheart. She's so sweet. So, yeah, this is the second floor. And the second floor, obviously, you have these windows out here where you can see. Looks kind of cool. You can see a lot of the village right there. But let's go ahead and run on down here and take another straight up shot to the third floor. We'll go right in here, and you just head on out like this. And here's the third floor. So here's room 301. Obviously, they're just tiny little rooms like that. And there's another haunted room like that. And who else is here on the third floor? Here's Badeshi's quarters. Right on. Badeshi's got his own quarters in here. Awesome. I didn't even know he'd been on the server so far. Looks like Badeshi actually got his friend started on the server and got himself a room. That's cool. Sweet deal. Mods and admins only. So this is an admin room up on the third floor, and the reason why is because they have this grand window here to look out of. And also in the front here, you have some more windows here that are grand. I believe I think this one's actually the grand window, and you can actually see a lot of the village down there through that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, these 2 rooms right here for more moderators, kind of like an overflow moderator room right here. So another haunted room, RAP RIP. And then as we come on down, is anybody else staying on the 3rd floor? Looks like Xanax the Shiznat. That's cool. He's staying there. Let's see. Do we have any more people in the KO Dave? Yes, we have KO Dave on the 3rd floor. And we also have Mumbo's room. Awesome. So yeah, we got quite a few players on the server. A few rooms are still available. And we're actually going to get ready to start a recruitment process to start filling some more of them up. So if you guys want to become a server member yourself, you guys are going to need to join my PlayStation community and also my Discord chat. Those descriptions can be found in my About section on my channel and also in my descriptions on my live streams. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out if you guys want to become a server member and at some point. But recruitment aside for right now, we're going to go ahead and continue touring all of the Halloween decorations. This one right here is a carved pumpkin by Mumbo. This actually looks really cool. He did a fabulous job on that, and it looks just fantastic. I really like it. So, but big shout out to Mumbo. That turned out really well. We got a few more decorations down here in the village. One of them being by Misty Plays right here. She's got this ghost, which looks really cool. Let's go ahead and set it to nighttime, and it just looks creepy, you know, when you're walking around at night. It looks like you got a ghost in town, so kind of cool. And if you really want to look at it, it looks like a Pac-Man. Looks like one of the Pac-Man characters. But nonetheless, those Pac-Man characters do resemble a ghost. So well done there, Missy. It looks pretty cool. And then over here I've got my hanging spider that I did, and I think one of the last streams that we did, I actually did a time lapse on this, which actually looks really cool. And then it's a Black Widow spider. I want a big shout out to IB, one of my fans. Her name's IB, and she was the one who told me to use redstone torches as the eyes on the actual spider. And let's go ahead and set it to night again, and it totally sets the mood for that spider right there. Just look at that. It's like it's glaring at you with those eyes. That's cool. So, but let's go ahead and turn it back to day. And so this is my build here, my Halloween decoration. I put a string coming down from the web. I built the web up on the mountain as if it was real, and then I had the spider hanging down like it was gonna crawl down onto the ground and, you know, go down and bite everybody. And then of course we have Subsonics who built this. This is like a scary face and with some scary eyes. But honestly, the teeth remind me of Chuck E. Cheese. That little, you know, the skee ball section where you go ahead and ski the ball down the like the bowling alley type of thing, and you screw it, and the ball bounces up and knocks the dude's teeth out. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, or if they still have it at Chuck E. Cheese or not. But they did it when I was a kid, and that brings back some cool memories. Just, you know, skeeter ball like that. So that's pretty cool. Big shout out to Subsonics. And then Miss Ambi actually has a really cool spider over here. This one looks like the kind of spiders that we find here in Minecraft in the game. So the face is exactly identical. I think she got all the proportions correct, so good job right there, Miss Ambi. You did a wonderful job on that. Looks cool. And so yeah, that's pretty much all the builds that we have here on the server. That's literally everything. We have tons of future projects that we want to do. If you look right here, we've actually got a staircase right here. I'll show you guys. It goes out to nowhere, and it's because this is part of the future district. It just goes out to here and to nothing, just for future. You know, this is going to be somewhere where we'll probably put like an ice farm over in the snow biome, something like that. So we'll probably do that at some point. We're going to be having building districts where we can actually build things like a Christmas town and a Halloween town and you know, a Thanksgiving area. I think that'd be really cool to have different themes on the server built around spawn, you know, pretty much. And because we don't do bases here, we all sleep and reside in the guild as a crew, and when we go out we do projects together. So it would make sense to turn this whole map into somewhere where we can just kind of go off and build in different themes, you know, around the server. So we'll have like a modern theme, a medieval theme, whatever other types of themes you guys can come up with. You know, I think it'd be really neat to go ahead and have a server where you have multiple builds out all around, and also we're gonna have a fun and games district where pretty much any fun or game type of thing is going to be allowed to go in there. You can build statues, you can build pixel art, you can build a game, you can build whatever you want, as long as it's like fun and games related, you know. So it's pretty much like just like a district that's related to just fun and games. So this is where we're going on the server. my plan for this server is never to have it reset. I don't want to reset the server. I just want to have a long-lasting server that lasts forever. You know, I don't want to have a season 6 really. I just want to have a season 5 that goes on and on and on. So, but if you guys want that too, make sure to hit that like button for me, guys. It helps me out so much. And subscribe if you guys are new, and make sure to hit that notification bell and share this video with all your friends. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this. I did too. I'm Broken Bones, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Happy Halloween.